Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while and I've been not uploading for a week now. So I got so busy at work. But now I'll be making another video. So the last video about the Switch 2 that I uploaded, I received a lot of bad comments. They said that it's a dumb comparison when I compare the Switch 2 with the Switch OLED. Well, maybe I asked the wrong question, but maybe the question is if you already have a Switch OLED, would you upgrade to Switch 2? But I asked there if are you going to buy the Switch OLED or the Switch 2? Most of them are saying that it's a dumb question. You should always go with the newest or something like that. But okay, fine. Me personally, I will still buy the Switch 2. If ever I still don't have or like if I'm going to choose between Switch 2 and the Switch OLED, I'm going to buy the Switch 2. However, this time, let's make this a dumber question. So, would you rather get the OG Switch, the original, I don't know, the OG Switch. I think this is the version 2, wherein it has a better battery life, or you go for the Switch, sorry, how the, yeah, Switch to here. So, let's look at first before we decide which one is best suited for you, this one or this one. Let's compare them first. As you can see over here, as you can see, it looks like it's really small. Not really small, but it's really smaller than the Switch 2. If you're going to compare it this way, it's really big compared to this one. So I think the Switch, the original Switch, is actually much how do you call it, portable compared to this one, right? And also, if you are going to look at the screen size, as you can see here, this one, the size itself is really big. Now, the size difference, I mean. So this one is, I don't know how big the screen is, but this one is really big compared to this one. It looks like a Switch Lite compared to the Switch 2 here. Like if you're going to compare, see the Switch OLED or Switch OG with the Switch Lite, it looks like a smaller version of the Switch. Now, screen size, as you can see, let's open this up. See, it's really big compared to the Switch, the OG Switch. Compared to this one, it has a bigger screen. See, I actually don't choose this much. This is actually the first time I'm showing you this, but it's actually on my shelf. It's a collector's edition. It's Animal Crossing special edition Nintendo Switch. And so the only game there is actually the Animal Crossing. I never played it there. Anyway, right now I'm playing Hogwarts Legacy. It really has a better graphics. So as you can see, it's really, the screen itself is really bigger. But, and also look at this. This bezel is really big on the original Switch. Here, it's a nice thing that they actually use a black switch here because it's actually blending to the screen. Yeah, the color itself. But if you look this way, see, it really has a really big um, bezel compared to this one, right? It's really big. Okay, so aside from that, of course, you have the difference in the Joy-Cons. Here, you actually similar to the OLED switch, wherein you actually remove it upward like this, like that. And here, actually it's magnetic now, so you just remove it by clicking something at the back over here and just removing that way. It's easier now, right? It's really really satisfying when I do that, when I remove the Joy-Cons here. Now, aside from this, I don't know if I showed you this. This is the dock for the Nintendo Switch 2, and this is the dock for the original Switch. This is, again, this is I'm sorry, there's a lot of fur here because I have a lot of dogs here. This is a special edition one, that's why it's a white color, but the original Switch is also black. I don't have that, so I just bought the OG Switch because of, I just want to have like one of each version. So since this one, I got this really cheap, 999 dirhams. I'll just put it how much that in dollars. And as you can see, this one is much chunkier, and it is much actually bigger as well. But I like the design here. Sooner or later they will have another like special edition for this one. I don't think that I'll buy it. Maybe if they change it to OLED, then that's the time I will actually buy it. Or if I have spare money, that's the only thing. Okay, aside from this two, of course you have this holder. How do you call this again? Grip or something. I showed you this before. It's not different from your OLED Switch. This one, it's almost the same. And of course you have this ones as well. This is real different. Okay, that's basically it. And the boxes, as you can see, this is the original size of the OG Switch box. It's really really big compared to this one. This is actually bigger Switch, but the box is kind of small compared to your original Switch box, right? Almost the same width, and I like it because they have something like at the back here. If you got the Animal Crossing edition, let me just put it back. So the question is, if you do not have, or if you are just new to the Switch, will you go for a Switch 2 or you buy the Switch, the original Switch? They said it's dumb question to compare the Switch OLED. I have it here actually. The Switch OLED with this one, the bigger brother. Actually, they say it's a dumb comparison here. But if you are new to the Switch, will you buy the Switch 2 or the original Switch? So, for me, personally, I will buy the latest because I can still play all my Switch games there. And the newer ones. However, if you are tight in budget, you can still go to the original Switch. because it's going to be cheaper, especially if it's a second-hand device. It's going to be really, really cheaper. So I suggest, especially even the collectors, I mean the special edition ones, this one's really still not so expensive. The Animal Crossing, you can still find it anywhere with cheaper price compared to this one. Is really rather new, so it's really expensive. So I suggest if you are tight in budget, you can still go to the original Switch if you are going to play in mostly in dock mode, because I don't think it's gonna be much different. But handheld, still, this is still portable, and it's going to be much cheaper, and still can play a lot of games. There's a lot of games for Nintendo Switch. Until now, they are still releasing a lot of Switch games. Actually, some of the Switch games now, because of the key cards, a lot of developers are still publishing it with the original Switch, the Nintendo Switch One, because it's much cheaper to maybe to produce it using the cartridge of the original Switch than the Switch 2. So if I'm tight in budget, I will still buy the original Switch. And if you have children, I don't have, so I will buy them the original Switch or the Switch Lite itself, to give it to them. So, but how about you guys? Are you going to upgrade now or wait a little bit to for the what's this for the price of Switch 2 to drop, or you're going to upgrade now? Because I don't think there is much different, and there are still less games. A lot of games out there can still be played with your original Switch, and there are very few games. I think I have very, very few games that I have right now. Three physical games: Cyberpunk, what's this? Mario Kart World, and the other one. What's that? Guardian Rune Factory, which is also available. Rune Factory, Guardian of Azuma, which is also available in Switch One. So, um, budget-wise, stay with the Switch One. If you have more money with you, then go for the bigger one, right? Another dumber comparison. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel. Bye, guys.